Hi, it is a beautiful October morning here in Wicklow, Ireland. Have a look at that gorgeous blue sky. Oh, it's lovely. The flowers are all still in bloom, which is fantastic. It really is a very romantic time of year. So just to continue on my previous video, I've found that October to be very peaceful. I feel like I'm anchoring in, and I've anchored some of the intense energies that were left over, any residual energies from eclipse season in August, and then the aftermath of that in September. I've never experienced such intense frequencies as I did throughout the summer and in the eclipse season of this year. The angels say that Gaia, this living organic organism, earth that we're living on, that she has never experienced the intensity of those frequencies, because, as we've discussed many times, this is the first time we're in fifth dimensional reality here, staying in the same physical bodies without vacating and transitioning back to source. And we are just learning, and I use the image of the child for the first time being handed knives and forks, or even being handed food and having to learn how to use their fingers, having to learn how to use their little hands to pick up the food, use their motor skills, use their fingers, thumb, and place the food into their mouth and chew the food and digest the food. The angels gave me that image very clearly, and I feel that it really does represent a symbol for us as we move forward now, anchoring these fifth dimensional frequencies. I'm happy to say there's a beautiful peacefulness, a stillness in the atmosphere around me and deep inside myself at this time. I'm someone who just loves stillness. I love meditative spaces, and I feel that October is that for many of us. That will depend, of course, upon where you are in your homework. If you've done the homework at the end of August or throughout September from eclipse season, you'll now be reaping the peaceful rewards of going into that pain, going into those, whatever was eclipsed out of your life, going into that loss and that grief, and allowing that process to integrate, to assimilate, to digest in your system. It's something the angels wanted me to teach and address with my clients and with yourselves, with any conscious ones who are ready to hear this message. Remember, no matter what is going on in your life, whatever you're feeling right now, there's nowhere else to go. You have to stay with yourself. You have to stay in the body. I had an experience myself recently, and I found myself, I caught a glance of my reflection in a mirror in a room that I was staying in. I was visiting somewhere. And when I saw my reflection, it was like looking at an innocent child again. I've been doing a lot of work on compassion and compassion for myself, which has been very, very healing. And in that moment, I could feel fear rise up in me, and I could see the fear in my eyes. But instead of judging and criticizing my reflection, I chose to see that reflection as a lost child. And I said to myself, no matter how ugly this gets, I am here with you. I am staying here with you. I'll not abandon you this time. I'll not abandon you. I'm right here. I'm going nowhere. You've got me. And it was a very powerful moment. I felt my inner child just exhale and let go and feel a great sense of peace and relief. Because I think we get into habits of distraction, of running away from ourselves, of keeping ourselves overproductive, over busy, just using outside sources like food or sex or substances or whatever. TV sometimes, we can distract ourselves from that instead of just being strong and staying in that moment and not just, shoving something down your neck or running out to meet other people to talk about them so you don't have to actually focus on yourself and see your own pain. So for me, this was about me staying and loving me, no matter how bad. And that was a tough moment. I've been going to the Rape Crisis Centre and I've been speaking with a lady there about my experience. And that has brought up a lot of deep, intense pain that's in my pain body. But the wonderful thing is, when you're ready to let go of pain, you're ready. And once you're ready, healing is just so natural. It just unfolds like the petals of a flower opening up, ready to bloom, it's a blooming process. I think healing sounds so heavy and negative and serious. And actually, it doesn't have to be. It can be as beautiful and as life-enhancing as the blossom, the flower opening up its petals to see the sun, to connect with the sky, to be open to the world, to show its beauty to the world. And that's how I've always viewed healing. And that's how I treat healing with my clients. So yeah, it's been very, very interesting time for me. Very colourful, challenging, expansive. But the message I want to give you for October is, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what's going on, stay in your body, stay with yourself, stay with that inner child who's scared, who's frightened, who's hurting. And just hold a space for them. Just allow that part of yourself to be. Don't be judging the pain or trying to tidy it up or box it away. That just causes further damage down the road. There's nowhere else to be right now but here with yourself. And that includes all emotions, whether it's wonderful joy, peace, pain, terror, fear, grief, whatever it is. Just catch that glimpse of yourself in the soul mirror and say, I'm right here. I am here with you. I love you, and I'm holding you in my heart. I have found incredible peace, as I said. This calmness has washed over me, which is wonderful, because I did feel that the summer energies were very ungrounded. This is a time of anchoring. So October is very much about anchoring the energy. It's about, now when I say anchoring, this is something I've been chatting with my angels about. If you're a super sensitive, psychic, shamanic healer, whatever you want to call it, if you're someone who steps in and out between the physical and the spirit world, as I do, we're not meant to be as grounded as the rest of the linear world would like us to be. Our work involves us to unground at times and to step into spirit and to, my work is to talk and chat with people's angels and to be the messenger. It's okay. And that's something I'm really learning. you know, it's not in my intrinsic, innate instinct to be a linear thinker, to be in the box. And that includes being very, very dense and grounded. And that's okay. And I'm disagreeing with a lot of people who overemphasize the grounding and protection and things like that. I think there's a lot to be said for respecting your own dynamic, unique nature. I think it's important to be anchored. I think it's important to be present and to be here. And yes, that has made a big difference in me. I do believe in being conscious, being present, being in this moment here, and all of me being here. But I do think there's a difference in being present and being grounded. And I think some people are misguided when they keep telling supersensitives, you know, that they should be a different way. And sometimes, oh, you're so ungrounded, you know, you're so airy-fairy, can be thrown around very easily, very loosely from people who are not sensitives, who maybe don't fully understand our nature and the way that we work in the world. And there's room for everybody, you know. We need the grounded people, and we need the people who are able to step in and out of different dimensions, like myself. It's all necessary. We all need each other. We're all in this together. So again, it's about having respect for yourself and respect for your way of being in the world, whatever that is. I don't think there is a set way of being in the world. I don't think we have to all fit into certain boxes and labels, like even the label super sensitive. I'm really becoming sensitive to labels. So I even find myself being uncomfortable using the term healer. You know, it's stirring up old third dimensional connotations for me. So really, I'd like to call myself an uplifter, but I know that most people would be like, huh? What's your profession? You're a uplifter? So most people wouldn't get that. But, you know, it's all a work in progress. So I'll continue with these videos if you continue to like them and subscribe and support the messages from the angels that I'm bringing here. I'm your angel whisperer, Aveen, and I wish you a beautiful day.